Hello students, how are you? I am Assistant Professor Karan Kumar Das, come back again for you, and today's our lesson is the carboxylic acid. So before starting the lesson, I am giving some cautiousness for you. Hopefully you know everybody today our country, not only our country but also whole world is going through a tough situation, very tough situation, that is reason for the COVID-19, that is the coronavirus. So I hope till now everybody are in safe and totally free from coronavirus, and as a teacher I request you everybody, please be cautious, be safe, stay in the home, study your lesson by staying in the home. Hopefully if we fight together, definitely we will win over the coronavirus. Hope for the best. So today our lesson is the carboxylic acid. What is carboxylic acid? Carboxylic acid means such organic compounds which contains at least one COOH group. What is COOH group? Hopefully you can see on the point number 1, it is the COOH group. In 11-12, hopefully we have studied it, and not only 11-12, in 9-10 also in organic chemistry part we have studied it. The COOH group indicates about the carboxylic acid. And the general formula of the carboxylic acid, what is the general formula of the carboxylic acid? Here I have written the 3 general formula of the carboxylic acid, not the 3 general formula, it is the single general formula, RCOOH and RCO2H, or the RC double bond O and single bond OH. Okay, it is the single formula. The mother formula is the RCOOH. Okay, so it is the general formula of the carboxylic acid, and where R denotes as the alkyl group. Okay, so carboxylic acid are classified into basically lots of classifications are there, and the classification is basically done on the number of the carboxyl group is present in the carboxylic acid compound. If there are the single carboxylic acid is present, then the compound is called monocarboxylic acid. If the 2 carboxylic acid is present, what is the name? That is called the dicarboxylic acid. Similarly, if the 3 carboxylic acid group is present, it is known as the tricarboxylic acid. Clear? Remember, if a monocarboxylic acid contains the long chain, then it is known as the fatty acid. If a monocarboxylic acid contains the long chain, then it is known as the fatty acid. Your question will become, what is the fatty acid? Fatty acid is the long chain of the monocarboxylic acid. Clear? That will be your answer. Next, similarly, the previous chapters, alkane or alkene, nomenclature. That means the giving the name. Here we will give the name of the carboxylic acid by following the 3 methods. Number 1, common method. Common method means the general name, like the formic acid, like the butyric acid, propionic acid. See here, I have described in you, giving the example for the common system of the nomenclature, the 4 name. Okay, the first one is the formic acid, second one is the acetic acid, third one is the propionic acid, and fourth one is the butyric acid. Okay, and remember, another thing is the most important thing. Here, in case of the common nomenclature system, we indicate the position of the carbon by some Greek letter like alpha, beta, delta, gamma, etc. Okay, so which position we will denote as the alpha carbon atom? See here, I have written a carboxylic acid compound. Okay, it is the, hopefully you have seen it, it is the carboxylic acid substituent, and the carbon atom which is immediately related the carboxylic acid substituent that is known as the alpha. Okay. The next carbon atom that is denoted as the beta. Okay. The next carbon atom that is denoted as the gamma, and last one that is denoted as the delta. Okay. So here suppose see here I have given example also, one example, that is the alpha methyl propionic acid, and it is known as the isobutyric acid also. See from here it is the COOH group, and that means the methyl group is attached to the carbon atom which is directly related to the COOH group. That means it is the alpha position. Due to that reason it is known as the alpha methyl propionic acid. Similarly, there is the beta methyl butyric acid also. Okay, lots of examples are there. Second one, that means the derived system. Derived system means what? Derived system means this nomenclature has been done by the substituted acetic acid. That means by the name of the substituted acetic acid we have given the name of the particular compound. Okay, see here I have given an example of the, here I have given one example, that is the phenyl acetic acid. Okay, that is the phenyl acetic acid. It is one example of the derived system. And last one, that is the IUPAC system. Hopefully you have studied already what is the IUPAC system. In the IUPAC system, similarly that you have studied, that is the same here. The longest chain we have calculated, the continuous longest chain which contains the COOH group. That chain we will counting. Okay, and in the IUPAC name it is known as the alkanoic acid. Okay, alkanoic acid, that means propanoic acid, butanoic acid, pentanoic acid, that's it. Okay, so the name, final name will be denoted as the alkanoic acid. Okay, see here I have given one example of it. See here, and remember one thing, hopefully you have studied, always the given number, that means the calculation will be started from the COOH group. Okay, from the COOH group the longest chain we will take, the continuous longest chain from the COOH group we will take, which is the continuous longest chain. Okay, so what is the name of this compound? See here total 6 carbon atom is present with COOH group. Okay, and in 3 and 4 position there are the two another methyl group is attached. Okay, so what will be the name of the IUPAC system? Its name is the 3,4-dimethyl hexanoic acid. Clear? You can take one screenshot of it. At first take one screenshot. Here I have given some important point. Screenshot of this page, and then take another screenshot of this page. Thank you. Now we will study the general preparation method of the carboxylic acid. See, in your syllabus there are the basically 6 systems for the general preparation of the carboxylic acid, but today we will discuss about the 4th system, and next 2 system we will discuss on my next video. Okay, so first one, oxidation of the primary alcohol or aldehyde. What is the primary alcohol? Hopefully you not forget it. Primary alcohol means 1 degree alcohol or 1 degree aldehyde. Okay, 1 degree alcohol, 2 degree alcohol, hopefully you have remembered it. So if we oxidize 1 degree alcohol or 1 degree aldehyde, then it is converted to the carboxylic acid. So see, if we oxidize 1 degree alcohol, at first it will be converted to the 1 degree aldehyde, and in the next step if we oxidize 1 degree aldehyde again, it turns to the carboxylic acid. So if we prepare from the alcohol to the carboxylic acid, it is the 2 steps reaction, and if we prepare from the aldehyde to the carboxylic acid, it is only 1 step reaction. And what is the oxidizing agent? Oxidizing agent is the potassium dichromate with sulfuric acid. Otherwise you can take in place of the potassium dichromate, potassium permanganate also. Potassium permanganate with sulfuric acid. Okay, two steps. First, if we oxidize the 1 degree alcohol by the potassium permanganate or potassium dichromate with sulfuric acid, then it is converted to the 1 degree aldehyde. And if we oxidize again the 1 degree aldehyde by the same oxidizing reagent, that is the potassium dichromate or potassium permanganate with sulfuric acid, then it is converted to the carboxylic acid. See, here I have given an example by the ethyl alcohol. Hopefully you have seen it. By the ethyl alcohol I have given an example. In the first step, ethyl alcohol is converted to the acetaldehyde, and in the next step, acetaldehyde is converted to the acetic acid by the oxidizing agent using here KMnO4 or K2Cr2O7, that means the potassium permanganate or potassium dichromate in the presence of the H2SO4 or sulfuric acid. Okay. So it is the first reaction. Next is the hydrolysis of the nitrile. What is the nitrile? Nitrile means the alkyl cyanide. Okay. Nitrile means the alkyl cyanide. It will be another short question. What is the nitrile? Nitrile means the alkyl cyanide, and the general formula of the nitrile is the general formula RC=N. R is the any alkyl group and Cn is the cyanide group. Okay, very easy. Cn is the cyanide group and R is the alkyl group. Clear? So hydrolysis, if we acid hydrolysis the alkyl cyanide, then it is converted to the any carboxylic acid. Okay. So now the question is, how we will prepare the alkyl cyanide? Very easy. If we directly treating any alkyl halide with the sodium cyanide, then it is converted to the alkyl cyanide. Okay, that means if we treated any alkyl halide, that means any methyl bromide, okay, methyl iodide, etc. If we treated it sodium cyanide, then it is converted to the alkyl cyanide. And in the next step, we will the acid hydrolysis of the alkyl cyanide to convert the alkyl cyanide into the carboxylic acid. Okay, it is also a two-step reaction. Clear? See here, I have given the example by the methyl bromide. Okay, see here, hopefully you can see it. Methyl bromide. Okay, in the methyl bromide, in the first step, it reacts with the sodium cyanide, and it is first step, it is converted to the methyl cyanide. Okay, and that is known as the nitrile. And in the second step, by the acid hydrolysis of the methyl cyanide, it is converted to the acetic acid along with ammonia. Okay, and remember here one thing has been happened here. By this method, the acetic acid, that means the carboxylic acid, which is ultimate end product, that contains one more carbon atom than the original alkyl halide. See here, the methyl bromide contains how many carbon atoms? Only one carbon atoms. But in case of the acetic acid, it contains the two carbon atoms. It is the reason behind nothing but for the COOH group present. Okay, because COOH group itself contains one carbon atom. Due to that reason, here always one more carbon atom present in the end product, that means the carboxylic acid, than the original alkyl halide. Clear? So it is the second point. Okay, the hydrolysis of the nitrile or the hydrolysis of the alkyl cyanide. Clear? Third one is the hydrolysis of the ester. What is the hydrolysis of the ester? See, in case of the hydrolysis of the ester, when an ester is boiled, the particular acetate of this particular ester has been formed. Okay, and for the boiling, which reagent we will use? We will use the sodium hydroxide, the concentrated sodium hydroxide solution we will use. So if any ester will be boiled by the sodium hydroxide aqueous solution, then it will converted to the acetate salt. And if the acetate salt we will treat by the hydrochloric acid, then it is converted to the directly the carboxylic acid. So it is also two-step reaction. First step, ester boiled with the sodium hydroxide and converted to the acetate salt. In the next step, the acetate salt reacts with the hydrochloric acid and converted to the carboxylic acid. Okay, it is also the two-step reaction. Here I have given an example. Hopefully you can see it. I have given with the example of the ethyl acetate. In the first step, ethyl acetate reacts with the sodium hydroxide. That means the boiling, so some heat should be required, and ultimate end product will be the sodium acetate along with ethanol. And in the next step, the sodium acetate reacts with the hydrochloric acid and converted to the acetic acid along with the sodium chloride. Okay, it is the third method of preparation. And the last method of preparation that we have studied on today, that is the reaction of the Grignard reagent. What is the Grignard reagent? Grignard reagent is the alkyl magnesium halide. You have studied it on the alkane chapter. Okay, that means the ethyl magnesium bromide, methyl magnesium iodide, those are the Grignard reagent. That means when Grignard reagent will react to the oxygen, then it will be converted to the directly any carboxylic acid. Okay, that is the fourth point. Sorry, I have one mistake here. Not the oxygen, that is the carbon dioxide. When Grignard reagent will react to the carbon dioxide, then it is converted to the directly carboxylic acid. Okay, so what step will be happen? In the first step, the alkyl magnesium halide will react to the carbon dioxide. Okay, and it will be produce one addition product. Okay, and if the addition product we will not isolate it and directly treat it by the acid hydrolysis, then it will be converted to the carboxylic acid. Okay, so first step what will happen? The Grignard reagent will react to the carbon dioxide and converted one addition product. Okay, in the next step, by the hydrolysis method, it will converted to the carboxylic acid. It is also the two-step reaction. See, here I have given an example by the methyl magnesium bromide. Okay, in the first step, the methyl magnesium bromide reacts with the carbon dioxide. Okay, and that is produce the addition product. And in the second step, by the hydrolysis method, it is the converted to the acetic acid. Okay, it is converted to the acetic acid. So you can take the screenshot of this two page, the two method of preparation. In the first method of preparation is the oxidation of the primary alcohol or aldehyde, and second is the hydrolysis of the nitrite. Okay, you can take a screenshot. Okay, and in the third and fourth, third is the hydrolysis of the ester, and fourth one is the reaction of the Grignard reagent with the carbon dioxide. Okay, reaction of the Grignard reagent with the carbon dioxide. So hope you have understand my lesson. If you have any doubt, you can feel free to contact with me on our WhatsApp group or my mobile number. Okay, stay safe, stay home and study thoroughly. Take care.